For decades, the biggest business deals in America weren't closed in fancy boardrooms with suits and spreadsheets. They were made on the golf course. Early morning tea times where handshakes sealed million-dollar partnerships and lifelong connections. But today, something is shifting fast. Walk through the Hamptons, South Beach in Miami, or the hills of Los Angeles, and you'll notice the change. Classic golf clubs feel quieter. Old tennis courts are being ripped out or left empty. In their place, sleek modern glass boxes are rising everywhere. This is Padel. To the untrained eye, it looks like a high-speed hybrid of tennis and squash. Fast rallies, strategic play, and non-stop action. But to Wall Street, to private equity firms, and to billionaire athletes and entertainers, it looks like pure gold. We're talking about a sport where top investors and celebrities are pouring in millions, where funds are racing to buy up every square foot of premium real estate they can find. Today, we're following the money to answer one simple question. Why is the smartest capital in the world becoming obsessed with the paddle billion? To truly understand the obsession, you have to look past the exciting rallies and focus on the cold, hard math. In real estate and sports facility management, one metric matters more than anything else: revenue per square foot. A standard tennis court, including all the necessary runoff space, takes up roughly 6,000 to 7,000 square feet of land. Usually, it's played by just 2 people in singles or 4 in doubles. That's a massive footprint for relatively low utilization and limited revenue. Now look at Padel. The court is significantly smaller. A developer can comfortably fit 3 full paddle courts into the exact same land footprint as one tennis court. But here's where the economics become almost unfair. Paddle is almost exclusively played as doubles. So while one tennis court serves 2 to 4 players, that same space converted to paddle can serve up to 12 players at the same time. 3 courts running simultaneously with 4 players each. That's a 6-fold increase in customer density. 6 times the court rental fees per hour. 6 times the potential for private lessons and coaching clinics. 6 times the foot traffic flowing through the pro shop, the cafe, and the D's recovery areas. For private equity firms and real estate developers, this isn't just a sport anymore. It's a high-yield asset class with superior profit margins. It's the Amazonification of racket sports. Ruthless efficiency, higher volume, and significantly better returns per square foot than traditional tennis or even the massive pickleball. Boom! But the paddle explosion isn't built on real estate math alone. It's also riding a powerful social wave. In America, Padel has successfully branded itself as the premium and exclusive alternative to pickleball. While pickleball is fun, accessible, and seen as a game for everyone, Padel has carefully cultivated an aura of sophistication and status. It's being called Social Club 2.0 for a very good reason, because the court is fully enclosed by glass walls and the players are much closer together, only about 20 feet apart instead of 80, or more like in tennis. The game feels intimate and conversational. You're constantly talking to your partner and even interacting with your opponents between points. Banter flows naturally. Ideas are exchanged. Relationships are built in real time. In the tech and finance scenes of Miami, New York, Los Angeles, a paddle match has quietly replaced the traditional power lunch. It's high energy and competitive, but most importantly, it's deeply social. You leave the court not just with a good workout, but with new connections and sometimes even new business opportunities. This is what economists call a Veblen good, a luxury experience whose demand increases as its price goes up. The wealthy aren't just paying for exercise, they're paying a premium to be inside the glass box with other ambitious, high-net-worth individuals who can afford to be there. We are now clearly in the institutional phase of paddle in America. We've moved far beyond the early hobby stage and into the big leagues. The Pro Paddle League in the United States has seen franchise valuations explode. Just a few years ago, teams were selling for around $200,000. Today, top franchises are valued at $10 million or more, a massive jump in a very short time. The league itself recently raised $15 million in funding, backed by NBA team owners and major investors. The global numbers make the opportunity impossible to ignore. Worldwide, Padel now counts over 35 million players and more than 70,000 courts across more than 150 countries. In Spain, it has become the second most popular sport after soccer, with millions of dedicated players and over 17,000 courts. America is the final and largest frontier. In 2022, there were fewer than 200 paddle courts in the entire United States. Today, in 2026, the country has just crossed the 1,000 court milestone, with explosive growth especially in Florida, Texas, California, and New York. Player numbers have surged dramatically, reaching hundreds of thousands of active participants. Smart. Companies are now raising hundreds of millions in institutional capital to build massive, mega clubs. Not just courts, but full lifestyle destinations. These clubs include co-working spaces, high-end restaurants, recovery centers, gyms, and event programming. They are designed to become the new third places where the modern elite work, train, network, and socialize. Investors are fighting hard for first-mover advantage because once the best real estate is locked up in prime locations, the barriers to entry become extremely high. Take clubs like Reserve Padel in Miami as a perfect example. There, paddle is treated with the same level of prestige as Formula One or luxury yachting. Sponsors aren't local businesses, they are global luxury brands like Rolex, BMW, and Emirates. Membership fees can reach into the thousands of dollars. Yet the waiting lists are long and filled with high-net-worth individuals desperate to get in. This scarcity model is exactly what Wall Street loves. By keeping supply limited and pricing premium, operators maintain a high-quality demographic that advertisers and sponsors are willing to pay top dollar to reach. While pickleball fights for the masses in public parks, Padel is building private sanctuaries for the elite, and as any experienced fund manager will tell you, the profit margins, the loyalty, and the branding power are almost always stronger at the top. So is Padel just another temporary fitness fad that will fade away? The billionaires, the private equity funds, and the professional athletes investing heavily don't think so. We are witnessing the birth of America's next premier racket sport. One perfectly designed for the modern age, fast-paced, highly social, space-efficient, and incredibly profitable. The smart money has already made its move, with hundreds of millions and soon billions flowing into infrastructure, elite talent, media rights, and lifestyle experiences. The momentum feels truly unstoppable. The question isn't whether Padel will become huge in America. The real question is, who will own the courts, the clubs, and the leagues when it fully explodes? If you want to stay ahead of the biggest trends that the 1% are quietly building right now in sports, business, and lifestyle, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell. We dive deep into these opportunities every single week. Drop a comment below. Have you tried Padel yet? Do you think it will overtake pickleball or even challenge tennis in certain circles? Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.